Welcome to Primecast, episode 67. My name is Jesse.
And my name is Andrew.
No Wyatt this episode. Apparently he went camping, and apparently he mentioned it last week, but I don't remember him saying that.
I don't remember it either. He might have.
Yeah, he might have.
Something about bears.
Late night adventures with bears in the midnight.
Yeah, he likes that sort of thing.
Yeah. So no judging, just he does. But yeah. I think we gotta. Not a whole lot of news. Really happened in the past week, but I think we're going to be talking about some more stuff that happened at Comic-Con after we record our show, because we recorded our last show on Friday, and all the big news happened over the weekends apparently, Saturday and Sunday. So a lot of people on last week's episode said that, well, you didn't talk about this, you didn't talk about that. Well, that didn't happen when we recorded, so we covering some more Comic-Con stuff today.
Yeah, we don't have a time machine or anything, so.
Yeah, I know. We can't, or a magic ball. We can't look into the future or anything.
No, not yet.
I wish we could though. No, not yet, but we're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be talking about the series finale for Transformers Prime, Deadlock.
So sad.
Yeah.
It's all over.
Yeah. Yep. And I guess, and we're going to be talking about our reflections on the series as a whole, because it's been I think it's been a good solid 3 years for a series. And
I think so too.
Not to be canceled. You know, we won't have any negativity towards the show since Wyatt's not here.
No, it had a good run.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No. Yeah. But we'll be talking more about that later on. But as of right now, got any? I know you do. Did you get anything? What did you get the past week?
I got a couple things. I got the Toys R Us Masterpiece Soundwave, came in this morning.
You lucky fucker.
I know, I'm so happy with this guy. And he's actually a little bit better in quality than the Takara.
Really?
At least my sample is. My sample is. The joints are tighter.
Are they?
Yeah.
Did they actually make it like any mold modifications like they did with the Rodimus Prime?
You know, I was looking for that, and there really isn't any. There might be a slight difference in the silver paint, and of course we all know about
that's just a paint job though. With Rodimus, like they changed the joint that covers on the hinge.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the hinge that's on his leg, and they changed the inside of his elbow turned into a little bit of a thinner flap. So there's some actual significant mold changes. That's the first they really done from Takara to Hasbro release.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything like that for Soundwave.
So far, I haven't seen any. I haven't really gone over it in too much detail, but from what I've looked at so far, I haven't noticed anything different, other than a few paint changes here and there.
But Matt, go ahead.
I was just saying that the only difference would be so subtle. Like, I think the silver on his feet are a little bit different, but you can barely even tell. So that's really about it. And he has a product printing on the side of his leg. That's it.
But the Takara Masterpiece Soundwave didn't really have any controversial or infamous things about it that made it you had to be careful of Rodimus, you had to be careful with those leg flaps, and with the Takara one, and the yellow chipping off when you put him in the trailer. They didn't really have any.
He came out to be a pretty solid mold right off the bat. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's pretty good.
Yep. What else did you get?
I think I mentioned last week, but I got the BotCon Seekers, and that's about
Uh,
it
I
this
think you
week.
did mention the BotCon Seekers.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I did or not, but yeah,
Um, then that was from what year?
this year.
This year. This year's
Yeah,
BotCon Seekers.
they had the
Oh.
Troop Builder pack with
Oh,
Sunstorm.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I gotcha. Yep. Um, no major, no real purchases from me on this end past week. Just in a real kind of slump about like there's not much really out that's interesting me. There's a lot of stuff. There's some stuff coming out in the future, definitely, and but I've been really more. I don't know, but like I think I mentioned before, but there's very few actual like Transformers that I'm really interested in the future. Like I don't know, I'm not sure if it's like acquiring my holy grail that's like it's like just on the all the way down now on the downhill. Like there's only like a real few that I can really see in the future that I'm interested in, uh, and Soundwave being one of them.
how about that Metroplex?
Yeah, Metroplex and Soundwave
Mm-hmm.
are the only ones I that I can think that are coming out anytime soon that I'm like
Yeah.
must haves. All the rest are like, yeah, then those are neat, but whatever. I've been really more looking more into like comic book figures, like the figures, the Marvel Legends coming out. We'll be talking about those later. That were announced during not BotCon, Comic Con. I was really excited for what was shown there.
Those are the 6-inch ones, right? Yeah,
Yep,
awesome.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. The really. Oh, and I'm actually really interested in getting the premium Predaking too.
Oh, really? Ah,
Yeah,
he's a big one.
because
Yeah.
yeah, biggest G1 combiner, isn't it?
Yeah. I have the 2010 version.
Oh, the Cellbrain 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. This will be the third time Predaking has been reissued. The first reissue is crazy expensive.
Yeah. And this one has the gold though.
The 2010 one.
2010, and I think this new one too.
I don't think the new one is gold plated. I think it's
Really?
just
Ah.
I think it's matte. Let me look real quick.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's matte. Predaking. Well, it's shiny, but it's by no means chrome plated. It's just like shiny paint. But like the gold,
Yeah.
at least from this product shot, it just looks like shiny paint.
At least it's not that yellow.
Not
I hate that yellow.
oh. But either way,
Yeah.
I like
But it
I
does look
like it a
good.
lot.
Yeah.
Even if it does have a Beast Hunter's Prime sword for whatever reason. But supposedly I heard that it does come with his
It
traditional.
should.
Yeah, they said for whatever reason just that sword is just a add-on, but it does come with his original sword.
If
Ugh.
that Beast Hunter sword is big, it'll be worth it.
Oh, it looks about just maybe just a little bit bigger than his regular sword.
Oh.
Because I mean, the sword that came with the original Predaking was pretty tiny in comparison, right?
It's like a toothpick for him, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looks like a just a slightly larger toothpick that he's holding
His dagger.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shank. Well, what do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about Deadlock while it's fresh in our minds, or do you want to talk about some more stuff that happened in Comic Con first?
Uh,
I just got actually just finished watching today's episode, so I could go either way.
let's go for the episode.
All right, do you want to go over a quick little summary
I suck at
about it?
summaries.
So, all right,
Yeah.
so if you haven't seen the last episode of Transformers Prime Deadlock, this is going into some major spoiler territory.
Huge spoilers.
It
Yeah.
yeah, it just aired today. So if you haven't listened to or haven't seen that by the time this episode airs, just stop listening now. And if you have, or if you don't care, listen to spoilers. Just feel free. But because it is kind of a harder show for people to watch, like I have to wait for people to upload it to YouTube for me to watch it. Because Hub is such a goofy station to get a hold of, I
Those
think.
silly hub guys. Yeah.
So I mean, it takes place basically right after the events of the last week's episode, where they're about to walk through the space bridge and about to make their final stand against the Decepticons, and the episode picks off with a air raid battle, like very Star Wars esque. They're all fighting around the Nemesis, and just see air vehicons is flying by, shooting. It was very Star Wars, especially with them orbiting Earth. Kind of remind me a lot of like the opening credits for Revenge of the Sith. I
Mm-hmm.
got that same feeling for
Yeah.
that. And then the Autobots invade the Nemesis. They get inside. The Wreckers storm the bridge, and the stealth team go searching throughout the ship. And it takes and Megatron now has the Dark Star Saber that Knockout just conveniently delivered to him at the end of last week's episode, which kind of confused me because I thought he needed that prime arm to be able to use it. Like because the whole point of him having the arm of whatever prime he had was so he could use the Forge's Solus Prime to construct the sword. But then he got his regular arm back.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So,
I guess he doesn't have the full capacity of its power, but
but I also was thinking maybe he didn't just he needed the hammer to make the sword, but then like he could make his own modifications that saying like he didn't need the prime arm to be able to yield it. He just like kind of maybe and he just probably left his that prime arm just on for convenience. Like he doesn't need it.
probably.
He doesn't need his regular. I don't know. I think it was a kind of a plot hole that they tried to just half-ass cover up, but still, it's kind of annoying nonetheless. But anyway, and also, if they just like if he could use it the entire time, why didn't he use it the entire season? Like it's just been in storage, just like for what?
He's saving it for his birthday. I don't know. That's a good point. You know, you're just sitting around when it's a good weapon to
Like
use.
like last week's episode, he just like knockout just conveniently just brings in one ultimate weapon of destruction delivered. Like really, it was that easy?
Well, he also thought that the Autobots were dead too.
Right. Well,
And Starscream flubbed that
but
up.
yeah, but like he could have used that like at any point in the season. He could have used it any time. But anyway, after that, um, Smokescreen notices, or Megatron like kind of goes up a lift, and he has a sword in hand, and the Autobots see him with the sword, and Smokescreen just kind of looks at him, and he's the last one to run off. And while they're running through the catacombs of the ship, they stop and look at Smokescreen and say, "Hurry up!" And Smokescreen says, "Hold on, there's something I gotta do." And he turns on his phase shifter and goes through a wall. And then what happened next? I forget what happened next. I think, oh yeah, Ratchet starts at some point starts making an attack on Shockwave's laboratory,
And I thought he was going to
which was
die from
actually
that.
you thought he
I thought
was.
Shockwave was just going to rip him apart.
He could have
He
easily.
could
I
have.
mean, he was about to. He was about to until the synth tanks were full.
Yeah.
There was like no need bothering here. Um, and then you soon find that the smokescreen was looking for the Star Saber that I didn't even know was on the Nemesis. I know. Did they show it on the Nemesis previously?
I don't recall, but I think they did mention that they got some of the relics from the destroyed Autobot base.
But yeah, when they're going through the wreckage, did they find? Did they show the Star Saber, or was it just not even shown?
I don't remember.
I have to watch that one again because that's kind
Yeah,
of bothering me. But anyway, but they find that, and so Smokescreen makes a valiant effort to try to deliver to Optimus Prime on time. Um, and yeah, in the meantime, after Ratchet gets his ass kicked by Shockwave, and then Optimus Prime finally arrives at the Nemesis, but then is battling Megatron with the Dark Star Saber, and because of you know the uh, the dark energon influence on in the Star Saber he has, it basically just kind of damages his flight capability, and he almost falls back to Earth and climbs the side of the Nemesis. Keep in mind, this is happening in space.
right.
Why would he need to climb? Like he could just like basically float a little bit.
Probably.
Like the ship's floating in midair. Everything is falling off the ship like they're in normal Earth gravity. That's weird. Like I mean, there's should be a little bit of gravity, but like not that much. Like they shouldn't be like it shouldn't be like him hanging off a cliff, you know,
Right.
because he's in space. But anyway, um, so make it. But then eventually, Optimus Prime knocks the Dark Star Saber out of his hands, and they have a pretty even fight. Smokescreen arrives to the fight to try to deliver the Star Saber to Prime, but every Decepticon is apparently on that location. They try to stop him.
And
And,
don't forget
they, he,
Soundwave. He
oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, Miko. Oh yeah, okay, okay. So actually, the wreckers were tricked by Soundwave's uh, ground bridge, like where they just like sink through a ground bridge and they end up somewhere else. And he had a kind of a funny term for it, re relocation trick or something like that.
yeah.
And so they have a plan. Miko and Jack open up a ground bridge. Uh, Miko is in the Apex armor. They go attack the Decepticons, and as soon as they get to Soundwave, he opens up a ground bridge right in front of them. Is kind of like taunting them with it. And at that very second, they open up a ground bridge behind him. So the two ground bridges start phasing each other out, and Soundwave is entered into the Phantom Zone, which
Yeah.
is
Haha.
interesting. And watch, I was kind of hoping he would talk once more, but
Yeah, or
that
say,
was kind of
oh, scrap or something. I don't know.
yeah.
But no, they copped out on that one.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll see if he'll be able to get out of that one if they ever include him in the 3 episode special, which
Oh,
I
in
doubt.
the movie,
Yeah,
the movie's coming out October 8th, I think.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah, I forgot all about that part. But back to the battle. Megatron is fighting Optimus. Spokesman trying to get delivered to Star Saber, but all the Decepticons are trying to stop him. And then Bumblebee picks up the Star Saber, and it looks pretty cool. He's running off with it, and then he makes a jump towards Optimus Prime to give it to him, but then Megatron sees him and just blasts him in the chest like 3 or 4 times till he has just like this gaping wound, and then he falls into the uh, Omega lock
yeah,
that's hanging on the bottom of Nemesis, which has techno matter,
yeah. Like a
organic tech a
The,
techno matter that helps restore uh, technology. Like it was going to be used to convert Earth into basically a new Cybertron. So Bumblebee just kind of fell into his pit, and then that leave, and you right before he falls, you see the lights on his eyes go out, and then that just sends Prime over the edge. He just starts wailing on him, wailing
that
on
made me
Megatron. That
sad, by
is,
the way.
yeah, like Prime looked like he had roid rage going on there.
Oh,
Like
he
he was
was
just,
pissed. Yeah.
and then he was about to do the final blow. He was basically like just converted his arm to a gun, about to blow his head off. But then Megatron found the Dark Star Saber and tried to attack him one more time. And then Megatron was about to make the final blow on Prime. But then out of nowhere, you hear a voice say you won't. Oh man, what did he say? I forget exactly. Like it was something simple like no, you won't. And you see Megatron in shock, and then you see that blade tip sticking through his back. And you see that Bumblebee is on the other end of the blade. He stabbed him right through the blade. He says, "You took my voice, and I won't let you steal anything from anyone else." Not even realizing what he just said. And you see the gaping wound on his chest heal up, and then Megatron, you can see the dark energy inside his chest just starting to fade,
Yeah.
and then slowly his eyes dim out, and then Boat B pulls out the Star Saber. You can see Energon blood over, which is really creepy.
That was
You
cool, though.
see, yeah, you see Megatron just slowly fall, then
Fall into his
enters,
death. Yep.
enters Earth's atmosphere and just burns up. And then Bumblebee starts, and everyone's just looking at Bumblebee, and he's like, "What?" And then he finally realizes that he can talk. That was really cool. You know who voices him, right?
He sounds a lot like Jack, but I don't know who the actor is.
It's Did you ever watch Boy Meets World?
Oh, really? Is it the lead guy? What's his name?
No, it was not. It was not Ben Savage. It was Will Friedle, who played his best friend,
Oh,
Sean.
really?
Yeah,
Cool.
I think that was him. Boy Meets. I think it was Sean. We double check.
Hmm.
Main casting. Where is it at? Hold on. Will
Finally, no beep beep
Fr-
beep beep beep.
yeah, Wilf. He was definitely on Boy Meets World. I believe. Oh, it was Eric Matthews was the character's name. I think it was his brother, the main character's brother in the show.
Yes, he was. Duh. How do you not know who Eric Matthews is? He's Corey's brother.
So yeah, he voiced Bumblebee in the last episode.
Nice.
And okay, yeah, nice. So after that, they take the Nemesis, which has well, after that they see Megatron die, they Shockwave just kind of grabs Starscream because Starscream is actually really pissed. You would think that like he would like turn at the very end, like seeing Megatron die,
I'm the new
but
leader.
no. Yeah,
Nope,
but like
didn't happen.
he was actually like he kept his word to Megatron to the
Yeah.
end, saying that he was perfectly faithful to him now. And he swore vengeance upon them, but Shockwave said, "Just don't be a fool," and then grabbed and ran off.
He
And
grabs him like a little bitch and just.
yeah, I know, it's just like, "Come here, follow me." He's like, "Curse you and your logic."
You're coming
So
with me.
they ran off. Yeah, and then what very time they or energy they had left, they took the Nemesis to to Cybertron to bring it back to life, and they only had a little bit of only a little bit of chance to do so, because they Ratchet couldn't secure the like actual code that Shockwave had developed for this Synthen, and they are successful. They re-energize Energon or Cybertron, and it has an atmosphere now, which I guess was the biggest point. They shot the stuff and right into the core of Primus, and then as soon as they do that, Predaking just kind of like comes out of where, I don't know, and
And that
flies
was
off.
weird. It's like, oh,
It,
I'm awake now.
I,
You
I'm
know?
I'm here. Turn the dragon mode off, fly off, and they're
Yeah.
like the and all the autos go the Predacon. That's it.
Yep.
So yeah, and then and while they got to Cybertron, it shows that Shockwave and Starscream were huddled in an escape pod together. Funny.
Cramped together. Yeah.
Hmm.
And don't forget Knockout.
Oh yeah, Knockout's like,
Yeah.
it was this like, the glory, and they just looking like, what? I'm switched to the winning team, and Miko
Yeah.
and the Apex armor just knocks him out. And then we go back to Earth at the Autobot base, and everyone there saying how, Cybertron is now capable of life, but it takes a lot of rebuilding to do. And they're basically just saying like, well, this is something we gotta do. We gotta leave. Gotta go to our planet now. And so all the Autobots had to say goodbye to their respective little humans who they decided to call family now. And it was actually really really sad. Like I actually got a little bit teary eyed when Miko broke down on cuddled next to Bulkhead. Like
Yeah, that was the
that
most
was actually
emotional part.
yeah, like
And she's a tough chick
that
too. And
yeah, that was a pretty strong moment there.
yeah.
But then Ratchet, in a kind of evolution of his character of actually despising the humans, decided to stay on Earth to be a, a consultant for his
Mhm.
kind on with Earth, which I was really surprised by. I like that.
Yeah.
And as all the Autobots are saying goodbye, they go through the space bridge. And last shot is Optimus Prime looking at the humans, giving a nod of approval, and slowly walking them into the space bridge. The end.
Yep.
Do you
Yeah,
think
that
it's a
last scene was a
satisfying
tough
end?
one.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's a satisfying end to pretty much the series?
I think so. I mean, the whole point was to restore Cybertron, and they finally did it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it leaves the door open too.
For at
You
least
know,
the
if
movie that's coming out in October.
for at least that. You know, it
Yeah,
depends.
I
Maybe they
mean,
might want to do something else too.
not
I
if the
doubt it,
rumors
but
are true. There's some rumors about the next series that uh, pretty much make it sound like it's not in have any relation to this series,
yeah, I'm guessing that they will pretty much start a whole new thing.
which is pretty
Yeah.
disappointing. Because I would have really because I would have really liked to see if these rumors are true. That sucks because I would really like to see a sequel, a continuation to to this series as a new G1, because because the whole point of the aligned storyline was to build like to basically like reboot the whole Transformers
Right.
franchise. With Prime being like the start of this new franchise, you'd think the next series would be a continuation, not just like its own thing, which sucks. What would you say is your favorite Prime episode?
Oh God, that's a tough one. Cause I like a whole bunch of them.
Hmm.
Um, I'd have to go through the whole 3 seasons to figure that out.
Not a one really just stands out to you?
Um, God, that's a tough one. Prime coming back stands out.
Oh, in season
Yeah,
three.
that does stand out. Um, the Unicron really stands out for me. I like that one. That was probably the most interesting set of episodes for me was when uh, Megatron finally gets his way with resurrecting Unicron, and then realizing his mistake and working with the Autobots to basically
Hmm.
put him back to sleep.
Right.
You know?
I would have to say, uh, my favorite episode was from season two, and it was the episode Legacy, where they first find the Star Saber.
Oh yeah. Uh huh.
Because that just really like, I had debates I laughed out loud like just to see like how much power Prime had with that sword when he just basically like saw a mountain
That
rolling towards him and just shot a energy wave from it, just cut it in half, and the look on Megatron's face
was
afterwards,
like horrified.
priceless.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That was a good one.
I really like that one. Um, yep. But like you said, the movie Beast Hunters, Predacons Rising is not coming out till it's coming out on DVD. I believe August 1st, not August, October 1st, and then but it's actually airing October 8th, which is weird.
Yeah, it is. Sort of backwards, I think. But oh well.
But the season 3 is actually going to be coming out on DVD, uh, like around the same time.
Sweet. Definitely pick it up.
Yep. Let's see. I guess we're talking about the next series. I guess I'll go over to the list of rumors. Uh, Going about that, and these next five rumors are pretty disappointing if they are true, like we were saying earlier. And these came from a member of a sister site of TFW 2005 called Taku Nation. I don't know where they get these tidbits from. But the first note is that the next series will go back to 2D animation, like animated. It will be aimed towards little kids.
No.
Yeah, it will be a lot closer to the feel of Transformers Rescue Bots rather than Transformers Prime.
Ah,
That is
I'm gonna
terrible.
vomit now.
Yeah. Same character designer from Transformers Prime is working on the next series, but the designs are simpler. Same writers from Transformers Prime will return for next series. This info was proven correct not too long ago. So this is very depressing news because I don't want another Rescue Bots. Like I've seen one episode of Rescue Bots and that was the first episode, and that was just because it had Prime in it.
I've seen several of them, and
Uh huh.
some are okay. I mean, that's as far as I would go. And
Okay, but like I've seen like maybe like if it's been on like TV before, because back I did have a Dish Network for a little bit, and it would come or on demand, because I would maybe like play it for Zach or something, not for me just to watch myself. Like I watched the first episode just for me, but then like if it was ever on like for a little bit, like it just looked dumb.
well, again, it was aimed for little kids, so they had to really
Yep.
simplify it. So for us, more mature folk, it's unbearable practically. But
It is very unbearable.
uh,
Like it's kind of amazing when I can hear about like more mature fans like you and I like actually enjoying it. I just find that odd. But if that makes them happy, that's fine.
it,
It's just kind of hard to
I
believe.
mean, it's just so silly and ridiculous. I just can't sit through it. Like I said, some
Hmm.
episodes were okay, but
Like what do they even do? Like what do they do? Like what do they do? If they there's no Decepticons, right?
no, they just basically,
Well,
accidents happen and they're there to fix it. Uh,
like if there's a cat in a tree, they're there to
well,
get it
like
out.
a major earthquake, and or they had a volcano that erupted or something, and the lava was flowing towards the town, and they had to, stop it. Um, you know, just whatever natural disasters or weird disasters would happen, they were there. But the one thing that I will give Rescue Bots credit is they did do a little bit of character development.
Hmm.
Like I don't know the names, but the one that was the fire truck, he had the most difficult personality. He didn't really want to do any of the stuff. Am I getting that right? Probably not. I think it's the fire truck guy, but his human uh, and him sort of learn from each other. I don't know if that makes any sense, but there there was more of an understanding between each other, and the rescue bots learn more about the humans, and the humans learn more about the rescue bots. So
Hmm.
it was sort of like a Miko relationship with Bulkhead. So
Right. But if like that I think that does work as far as like a sub series that's running alongside of the main series, like how it was running alongside of
and
Prime.
that's the way it should stay, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But now this new series is going to be more similar to that. I have no interest in. Not a bit.
Yeah.
Not even just the tiniest bit of interest. If they're going down that route for like now on, or at least for the next go around,
Mhm.
I'm sitting on the sidelines for
Me
that one.
too. I might watch it out of curiosity, but that's it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There really isn't any other Transformer news. Just some very small Transformer 4 news. Some casting of people you've never really heard of. But yeah, other than that, there's not a whole lot. Now we're gonna go back to Comic Con that happened last week.
Yay! I love Comic Con. They're so crazy.
Uh, yeah. Now last Saturday, the biggest news came out. For I guess first we'll cover Marvel. Um, they announced the title of the next Avengers movie, which is coming out in 2015. Is
I
it
thought it was 2015. Yeah.
2015?
Mhm.
And that is the Avengers: The Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And they actually did a. I've been trying to find a video of them actually like announcing it because it sounded pretty epic. Because like they had like a bunch of I think if I'm remembering right, they like they slowly like zoomed out and it was the Ultron's head and then they had the big title reveal. And it was with Ant Man coming out later that year that had a lot of people asking like, so is Hank Pym going to be in this one? Because in the comics, Hank Pym, aka Ant Man, created Voltron and then Voltron rebelled. But then Joss Whedon actually said in an interview that they're going for their own a new unique origin for Ultron, but they're keeping true to the Ultron persona, and that they are saving Hank Pym for Ant Man. So I mean, if it's going to make, I don't care if like if as long as it makes sense for the context of the story,
Yeah.
I don't mind. What I do mind is that Thanos is not in it. So at least like not as like the main villain. He might have a
And
cameo
didn't they hint
or
at
like a
that at the end of the movie, the first one?
yeah, like at the end credits of the
Mm-hmm.
Avengers, whatever alien or leader that Loki was dealing with was talking to his leader, who he's talking to towards at some points in the movie, but you didn't see who he was talking to. He was basically saying that the Avengers were, deadly, that they cannot be dealt with. And then you see who he's talking to, and his head turns on slowly, and you see Thanos giving a little smirk, and that's it. But it was also confirmed that Thanos is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is coming out 2014, so next year.
Hmm.
So he's going to have, I guess he's going to be kind of like Loki. How Loki was in the Avenger, or not Avengers. How Loki was in Thor, but he wasn't really like the main villain.
Right.
But it wasn't until the Avengers became the big villain. So I guess Thanos would be like, more of a secondary villain in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then become the head honcho boss at the during Avengers 3, I guess, which is a long time. If they're keeping the same pattern, Avengers 3 won't come out until 2018.
Yikes. God.
So that's 5 years. 5 years would we'll be waiting from now to see him like in his ultimate kick-ass form.
Long
That's a
time.
long time. It's a long time,
Yeah.
man. But anyway, something that's a little bit closer to home though. Something I was really, really way more excited for. I was excited just to see Ultron too, but something that I'm way more interested in was the reveal of the next Superman movie.
Yeah, that was a big
Now,
surprise.
yeah, and before uh we actually get into it,
Hmm.
they were talking about like, yeah, we've been thinking about the Man of Steel franchise, and we're definitely going to be expanding upon it. But we wanted to do something different. We wanted to expand the universe, so they bring in an actor. I forget who it was. I think it was the bald-headed guy that played the captain or general in Man of Steel, the one that died. I don't know, but like they brought him up and he started reading lines off page. No one knew what was going on. He said, reads lines. Clark, I want you to remember this day in your deepest, darkest memories. I want you to remember the day that, and look at the face of the man that beat you. And on the screen, you see the Man of Steel logo, and then slowly behind the Man of Steel logo, the Bat logo came up from behind it. And I've heard the audio of that announcement, and everybody lost their shit during that moment. Like there was like, oh fuck, oh shit, you can't, you kidding me? And in case you couldn't tell, that very poorly remembered line is from The Dark Knight Returns, my favorite ever Batman story.
Hmm.
So there, and they clarified that it's not going to be like a exact adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, but it's going to be very much inspired by it.
Well, that's interesting. Because I was kind of hoping they
Yeah,
would do like something based on the Batman Superman comics, but I guess
like
they're not.
the world's finest,
Huh?
like the world's finest series.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not exactly that. Just because they're saying that it might be inspired by it doesn't mean that's going to be like them hating each other the entire time. What I'm thinking was what I mean. I'm sure like any actual Batman Superman story has a good amount of conflict between the two in its roots, but then eventually they
Work together.
work
Yeah.
together. So I'm thinking it's going to be the same thing in here, where they they basically start hating each other. They have their own fights with each other, but then they had to fight, team up together to fight or and defeat a common enemy, and I'm hoping that's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I hope they don't screw this one up.
Mm.
I'm just nervous about
And
it.
on the yeah, I'm very very happy about it, but I'm
Me too.
also thinking it's too soon.
Yeah, probably.
It does seem too soon, but nonetheless, I'm still crazy excited for it. And the bat logo they used is the same bat logo that they used in The Dark Knight Returns. Which, if you have not,
Well, that
if any,
that
what's that?
might be a placeholder.
It could
You know.
be, but I hope that's the official one because I like that design the
Me too. It
most.
is cool.
Yeah. Which, if anyone is listening and hasn't seen yet, please, 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 watch Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2. It is the best. Those two movies combined, are the best Batman movies you will ever see. Not just saying that up to this point, but there will be nothing better than those two movies
Yeah, and watch them
ever.
back to back.
Yeah, especially like they do some stuff in a PG-13 cartoon that you probably could not do in an R-rated movie.
That that
Surprisingly.
Nazi chick. Yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah, Nazi nipples.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Anyway, yeah, I was crazy excited for that. Um, but going back to Marvel side, a lot of new figures from Marvel were shown there, and I'm going to pull up a list here. 13 Marvel Legends. Some of them are just standard Marvel Legends figures, and some of them are in conjunction with future Marvel movies. For like there's a new Venom that's coming out. That's looks more like a anti Venom, but he's black but with white. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to find like waves, but I can't find just a general list. Mm-hmm. Legends Thunderbolts.
Well, the one I've been waiting for is finally coming out.
Uh huh. We'll get to that in a
Oh yeah.
second. I had this. There. I think this is it. Yep. Okay. First wave of like just basic Marvel Legends 6-inch figures. 6-inch. The lines are coming out for Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Um, which is going to include a comic version of Captain America, the Winter Soldier version of Captain America, which is a mostly just a solid like dark navy blue with a white star on his chest with white stripes on the side of it, no red, and it is inspired by a different comic design of Captain America. But I forget what I think in the Marvel Universe figures in the 3 3/4 inch line, it was just called Steve Rogers.
Yeah, and I think they had a 6-inch version too.
Yeah, but it's like apparently that's his new
Right.
uniform for the Winter Soldier, which I like. It's just so weird seeing that without any red on it because, I mean, Captain America, he's red, white, and blue.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a first color when you say red, white, and blue, but if you take out the red, it's just kind of weird. Like it's not just the movie, but like that whole costume is just so weird to me. So bland, but I mean it still looks cool. It's a complete different end of the spectrum when you think of Captain America. It's a little bit more kind of like a gothic Captain America almost. He's sporting like kind of like some parts of his original World War II outfit with like the leather straps on his shoulders and his belt, which looks pretty cool. Um, there was the Winter Soldier, which was this it was my first time actually seeing what he actually looks like in the movie. Did they actually show like any shots of him from the movie yet?
You know, that's a good point. I don't think they did.
And I was kind of concerned about how they're going to do because
Mhm.
I didn't really used to think the Winter Soldier looked that cool, and they went a pretty cool route. Like the figure itself looks really cool. It looks uh it has like no face, like it's mostly his face is wearing some sort of cloth or something, but then it's also wearing goggles. Real neat texture over the whole uniform, a robotic arm, really cool. And then there's the pretty, I'd never heard of this character, Baron Zemo,
I've never heard of him either.
but yeah, he's going to be in the Winter Soldier line. Um, and then there's the long-awaited 6-inch Black Widow.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, which looks really cool.
Must buy now.
Yeah, right now.
This second.
Must bought a year ago.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean that's the only one that was not released in the 6 inch. I mean they made a 3 and 3/4 inch version of her, but not a 6 inch one. The reason that they said they haven't done too many of hers because they say only in the smaller scales because they said that female figures are hard to
Oh,
sell.
please. That chick will sell out
Hard.
so fast it'll be all over eBay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
scared
double the
about.
price, you know.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's a must-have, definitely. Yeah, yeah, Black Widow, the new Captain America, and Winter Soldier. The three movie figures are must-haves for me. The comic version of Captain America looks cool, but I can pass on it. And Baron Zemo, or however you pronounce him, I have no idea who he is. He's purple. He has a sword. That's all I know about him.
Are they gonna have a Build-A-Figure again, or is it just the figures?
No, I don't think so. They didn't say it was a build-a-figure line. I'm hoping that they just come with like the stands like the Avengers figures came
Yeah,
with.
that would be good.
I like those. I'd hate. I mean, I'd hate for it to be a build-a-figure series, so that would force me to get the stupid Baron Zemo. I don't think so, or else they would have announced it because they didn't announce any build-a-figures for the Captain America line. Um, they also announced in the Marvel Legends, this is like I already mentioned, Venom, which is kind of weird looking. It's it's like half. Try to think of it this way: it's like a regular Spider-Man, black, with armor on him, like on shoulder pads, wearing a belt, and holding guns with like the spider legs coming from his back. It's the weirdest Venom I've ever seen.
Yeah, that sounds strange.
And below it says Venom fans may be pleased to learn that this modern incarnation will be getting a figure in the Legends line. He seems to come with an array of guns, as well as what may be removable tendrils. When I think of Venom, I don't think of guns. I think of, what do you think about Venom? But apparently this is something he turns into in modern comics, which I'm not saying I'm like I'm all up to date by any means on comics, but I mean I normally know what the at least what common incarnations look like.
Yeah, Venom is more of a primal character.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much so. This is very. We're going to shoot you the link to what I'm looking
Okay.
at. So, in case you didn't see this yet, just scroll on down to Venom. He's kind of like wearing like World War Hulk shoulder pads, which is weird.
Hmm.
And
Is that
boots.
Jubilee? The top there?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Okay. He's not too bad. She looks pretty good.
Yeah, he doesn't look bad by any means, but yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, I like the Iron woman.
Yeah. And then Baltrick the Leaper, who's kind of I'm also never heard, but he'll be appearing in the Legends line.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, that is strange.
Blizzard.
Sorry.
It's fine.
But yeah, that
There.
looks more like a suit than like synthetic, sentient thing, whatever you call it.
Right.
Oh well.
You already covered Jubilee.
Yeah,
She's in the line, which I'm interested
me
in.
too. Sorry I blew that one, but I just like wow,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. The Iron Man Legends line is getting a third, with the first two waves being done with the Build a Figure set series. The next three figures in the line are going to be Rescue, which is Pepper Potts. It will have two heads: the Pepper Potts head and a Rescue head, which is basically just like a more streamlined version of Iron Man.
She's got iron boobs.
Got
Yeah.
Yeah, iron boobs. Which is it has the color more of like the silver Centurion armor.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. And then there's the Mandarin figure, which we knew about a while ago.
Yeah, he has a weird stare.
Yeah. He's not Mandarin to me. He's just Trevor.
Trevor.
Trevor the drunk. And then the third figure in that line, which no one is surprised by, is they're repainting Iron Patriot as War Machine.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Which is, yeah, looks really, really good. And that, what else?
Black Widow's hair looks
line?
good too.
Yeah.
Have to mention
Songbird is coming out.
that. Who?
Songbird.
Oh, okay.
She's a Songbird is an ex-villain notably associated with the Thunderbolts. You're gonna like this one. A new Thor is coming out. In addition to things shown here, there's a ton of stuff reviewed. Blah 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 blah. It looks like this Thor has a removable helmet and a sword instead of a Mjolnir.
Holy crap, he's buff.
Yeah.
Now this is based on the other Marvel Legends Thor.
Not the newer one.
The recent one? The
Oh yeah,
Wave 1?
Yeah.
I think that's what he's based on. They just changed his arms and the head.
Mhm.
And the boots are different. But he looks good.
It did. That is a sword that he's carrying too, right?
Looks like. I don't see it in the picture.
It's looks like it's on his back.
Ah, okay. Ah, there, yeah. Duh, right in front of me. That's a pretty cool sword. Is there any significance to that?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Because, they have a lot of
Apparently-
relics in the Thor mythology.
Right. There's going to be a new Hawkeye, which looks like it's inspired by the Avengers movie, but kind of more comic styled. Because I think they did start really basing the Hawkeye in the comics on the Avengers movie. But he has purple shades. It's definitely a new figure, but it looks really cool. There's Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, that one makes me laugh.
Yeah, which he's one of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm gonna admit I know nothing about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Me neither.
So other than Rocket Raccoon, because has kind of like a cult following with him. There's a new Archangel that's coming out.
I never even saw the other Archangel.
Me neither. That one sold out like
He
crazy
was
fast.
gone. Yeah.
I think that is about it for the Legends figures. I don't think there's really anything on the DC side of things as far as figures go, was there?
Nothing significant. I think DC's sort of drying up right now.
DC Unlimited, San Diego Comic Con. Let's find out.
I think they're moving towards the 3 3/4 inch scale.
Okay, there is this picture of a Movie Master Superman that is black and silver with red eyes, I think. Okay.
I know that they're going to continue
Oh,
with
they-
Movie Masters.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Where are they going? What are they doing? What else could they do?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Like, you said you know that they're doing more of it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like,
definitely.
What could they do?
They're definitely going to do more of that.
Like
Been a
what?
big seller. Whatever movie they come out with.
Oh,
you
well,
know.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, speaking of which, DC said that after Batman Superman, the next DC movie is going to be The Flash, which is interesting.
yeah, I like the character. I'll bite.
It'll be interesting. I wish I would have thought to see if DC had anything. Well, they had some Arkham Origins and Arkham City figures. Like they had Origins, Bane, Deadshot, Mr. Freeze, Arkham City Batman, Azrael, Armored Edition Batman. Which I think we've all seen those before. These are just like more pictures of them. And that's really it. They didn't really show.
Yeah, there's really not that much out there for them.
Oh, they did actually. Okay, this is actually something new that's interesting. They actually did show some, at least one Watchmen figure, and that is. Oh, are you a fan of Watchmen at all?
So.
I can't remember the dude's name.
Comedian?
But not the comedian. That would be crazy awesome because I really like the comedian.
The blue guy?
Not Dr. Manhattan. I can't think of his name.
Okay, because I know that they showed
yeah.
the comedian figure.
The purple guy with the purple mask. That was actually like the only one that really had natural superpowers.
Mhm.
Do you know who
I
he
don't
is?
know his name, no.
But they have a figure. They showed a figure of him.
Yeah, that I did see.
Then they had a figure of the comedian.
They had a figure of the
There?
comedian, yep.
Show me this now.
It's in one of the YouTube videos.
Oh, because I did not know of this comedian figure.
Oh, he looks
that you're
good.
talking about.
It looks
I gotta look this up. Cindy Come on, 2013 comedian. I'll have to look for him later. But yeah, I don't see it. I'll look for him later. But yeah, definitely on toy. Then they did show just mainly as far as Hasbro goes with Transformer toys.
Oh.
They just showed stuff we've already known before.
Yeah, but you forgot to mention
Yeah.
the 1966 Batman figures that are coming out.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
from Mattel.
Mhm.
It's because they're just coming out with so much merchandise from the '60s Batman now. Because let me tell you that like anything that's '60s Batman related is licensing hell.
Oh, I know.
Which is why I mean the series has never been on VHS, never been on DVD, never been like the only reason like the
Why is that?
it's because it's so really confused. But I've heard about it before, because DC owns the right to the character, but Fox Studios owns the right to the show, but someone else completely owns the rights to the music that is played in the show. So it's just like legal hell just to try to get that show published. Like anymore, it's like you can't even get like syndication of it.
That's
But
ridiculous.
but the only reason why the movie has been on Blu-ray is because it's that just Fox has the rights just to that movie.
Oh,
And I think there it's so much legal hell, but just because just a few years ago, one company just released their rights to the merchandise from the '60s, so Mattel was just going crazy, making like, okay, we can do 6-inch scale of '60 Batman, we can do replicas, we can do all these other cool stuff. So that's why it's just like all of a sudden these are just coming out because Mattel finally got their rights back to them. So it's crazy. I don't, and it's depressed because it would be nice to have like a box set of the Batman series with like commentary and special features, but that's probably not going to happen in the near future.
yeah, that sucks.
But I think that's. Is there anything else from Comic Con that you really wanted to talk about?
Let's see. Mattel is trying to push for the Ghostbusters stuff still.
I think that train's come and
Oh
gone.
yeah, they screwed it up. And
Yep.
they've got the I don't know if you're to Star Wars, but they got the 6-inch Black Series figures.
Yeah, Boba Fett pre-ordered fast.
Boba Fett's gone.
I don't understand why Boba Fett's so
I
popular.
don't know either, but everybody loves
Like
that bounty hunter.
I think he's popular just solely on the fact he looks cool, and like he doesn't say anything really. I mean he did, but when you look at him, he doesn't even really look all too special. Like I don't understand like why he just became so popular.
I guess
But
they
that's
just
my.
think he's cool. I mean, they like the ship. They just think he's badass. But
I want to be a bounty hunter just like Boba Fett.
yeah, just don't be Django Fett. He lost his head.
Well, you don't want to be Boba Fett either. He fell to his death
Yeah,
stupidly.
that's true.
He had a rocket on his back and he
He
fell.
felt like a bitch.
Yep, into a giant penis monster.
Yeah, that was
But
really.
I'm sure Wyatt could probably explain a little bit better why Boba Fett's so popular since he's kind of like the more resident Star Wars fan. But I don't quite understand. Never did quite understand it.
I like Star Wars a lot, but it's
Yeah,
just that character.
I
He's okay, but it's not that special to me.
I like Star Wars just fine too. Just don't quite get it. I actually a little bit of Transformer news. Very small about the next masterpiece figure. It was back a while ago. They had a poll for like what would be choosing would be the next masterpiece line figure,
Yeah, I remember that.
and yeah, and the current leader is Star Saber.
Really?
Yep. And the runner-up is surprisingly Micron Legend Convoy, aka Armada Optimus Prime.
Oh, come
That's
on.
yes, that is the
Oh
runner-up.
my god, really?
I know,
That's
yes,
just sad.
yes, but yeah, this is extremely sad. I have no idea why, but in third place is a Die Atlas, the Transformers Zone Autobot leader.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Diatlas, but I know he's popular.
Die Atlas is pretty cool, kind of ordinary, but like he's big. Like as as G1 went along, the Autobot commanders just kept on getting bigger and bigger. No one topped Fortress Maximus
Hmm.
though, but like in character wise, like you know, that just like the masters just kept on getting bigger and bigger. Like first there's the headmasters, and then there were the brain masters, and then there's the powered masters. Oh wait, there's the headmasters, then there were the god masters, then brain masters, then powered masters, and powered masters were just like walk-in bases. Basically, Die Ellis was huge, gigantic, for no reason. But anyway, Star Saber. If he was the next masterpiece, that is a no-brainer. Because I never had him G1 Star Saber. If they did anything Star Saber, if the next Encore figure was Star Saber or the next masterpiece was Star Saber,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be must get. Because that would be really cool. Because he's kind of like Fort Max in the sense that he's like a double brain master because he has a tiny robot that converts that like goes into the in case anyone doesn't know, he has like a little think about like a Legends figure that was about the size of a headmaster back in those days. You have a little tiny robot, probably about maybe an inch and a half tall, that would go into the shell of a body, and you'd push it up, and it would become the head, or kind of like the brain inside the head for this other larger figure, about the size of an average Transformer. And that would also be able to transform into its own jet. But then it could combine with another bigger part to become a bigger jet, and that would transform to another body, and then then the regular robot would transform into another Brain Master for Star Saber, which is the Star Saber that most people know of, which I would really like to see in any way, shape, or form.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you a link to a video with the Watchmen in it.
Okay, let me see this. It's a 6-minute long video.
Well, it's like the first
Oh no! Why did you link me one of his videos?
because it's got good pictures.
But you know.
I know.
Oh, okay. Thank God, comedians were at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that looks really cool. Okay, as soon as I heard his voice, it just got on my nerves.
I know,
right
but
away.
he's got good shots of it at least. So.
You know.
There's
Yep.
that purple guy.
Yep. These are based on the graphic novel versions of the characters, not from the movie, which is cool. I really like Comedian.
Yeah. Comedian's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Manhattan, he's just weird. Who watches The Watchmen?
That really freaked me out in the movie with Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan just seeing a giant pair of blue balls hanging around
Oh,
everywhere.
I know.
Oh, they actually have a Doomsday figure.
Yep.
Huh. That's crazy.
And they have Scarlet Witch. I think it's Scarlet Witch. Do I have that name right?
Yep. I'm not sure. They got a whole bunch of
what am I saying? Huntress.
Huntress. They got
You know the
The-
purple chick with the bow and arrow.
okay.
Yeah.
They got it's showing 60s Batman with the Batmobile
Yeah.
and 60s Catwoman, not the black one, but the white one.
Right.
I can't remember the actresses' names. They played him. Oh, they got Joker, Cesar Romero's Joker. Looks like he even had the mustache painted on. That's funny. Oh yeah, and they got Batman in his surfboard and swimming trunks.
Yeah. That's an embarrassing looking figure.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, but that's how they had it in the series. So.
Yeah, these the 60 ones that we've known about for a while because the BBTS has had pre-orders up for them for a
Right.
while. Yep, pretty neat.
And I don't know if you've heard, but Hasbro's being sued by Harmony Gold.
Why?
Hasbro is making, the G.I. Joe jet, the Sky Striker,
Yeah.
I guess it's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're making it as Jetfire,
Uh-huh.
and Harmony Gold is suing Hasbro because it's too close to their Robotech jets, which they don't have, a leg to stand on that because it doesn't transform. It has nothing to do with Robotech, and
Oh, it's why that's
but
crazy.
Harmony Gold is famous for that. They're like they'll sue anybody for anything if they can.
Harmony Gold used to translate Dragon Ball if I
I
remember
think
right,
so.
like at the very
Yeah,
beginning, but then like it just yeah they did, but not Dragon Ball Z, just Dragon Ball, and it was really crappy. Like it's just horrible dubbing.
yeah. The only thing they have now is Robotech, and anything that looks
That's the
like it,
only,
they'll sue.
that's the only thing they'll ever have.
I wish they didn't. They suck. But that's really about it. And of course, there's a buttload of Ninja Turtles coming out, including Rocksteady and Bebop in classics
Yeah,
version.
I saw
Yeah,
that, the retro versions, which that looks really cool. But you have the four turtles, right?
yeah.
How are those?
The joints are pretty decent. That's the two things you have to look out for are loose joints and crooked eyes.
What if you were to get them from a online
Yeah,
retailer?
I got mine from BBTS, and two of them had cross-eyed.
Now I watched this one video from Incline Designs, a channel about how you could easily like fix those. And it could either look way better or just fix the problem.
Paint them white.
Yeah, paint them
Yeah.
white. Well, paint them white would be the first step in anyway. I like the way they look white. Kind of gives them more of the '80s comic
Mhm.
look.
Yeah.
Or you paint them white and then you just like very carefully just like try to find, like, you have to look upside down to see where the very top of the eyeball is, and then you just kind of just make a dab of black paint there. It'll look like infinitely better.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go that far. I would just paint them white and be done with it.
And the guy even like added a little bit like a glare in the black paint, just like give a little bit more, or a little bit more dimension. But yeah, there's ways to fix that if you're willing to get a little paint for them. But yeah, I've seen pictures of some cricket eyes that just looked really awful.
Yep. So that's.
Is
I
there
think we
is there any?
covered everything.
Yeah.
The
No.
Tamanashi, I think I'm saying it right. The SH Figure Arts Power Rangers are coming out. The superposable ones, if you're interested in them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I especially like the red power, the red ranger with the gold armor.
Mhm.
That one looked pretty cool, but not by any means. Like if I was back when when Power Rangers was first came out, when it was at its height of its popularity, I could see the relevance of this then, but not anymore. But I mean, unless you're like still hardcore into like the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers,
Amy
but
Jo,
still, mm,
Pink Ranger. Yeah, she
yeah,
was hot.
mm, definitely.
Yeah, I used to watch it.
Is that all you used to do when you're watching it? Just watch it?
Just for her.
Uh huh.
But
Was it in your private
yeah, it
time?
was my private time. It was Sportimus's private hour. Yep.
Private 15 minutes,
Do not disturb.
then and then check back in after 20.
Yeah, like something like that.
Hold on, I'll be good in another 20. All right. I think that's a wrap.
Well, we can't access email because our little friend is playing in the woods.
Yep. So we can't do any questions this week.
Sorry,
Sorry.
guys.
So we're probably gonna have double the amount next
Send your
week.
hate mail to Wyatt.
Yep. Send your hate mail to primecastqna@gmail.com. That's primecastquanda@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Awesome. So we'll cover questions and hate mail next week. You can follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/ssjautobot. Subscribe to me on YouTube at youtube.com/ssjautobot, or you can just click the subscribe button above this video. Instagram me, ssjautobot. I do that too.
Ooh, sweet. Do it now. And you can follow me on Twitter at Sportimus Prime and subscribe to my YouTube channel known as Sportimus.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun.
Until next
Hey,
time.
wait, we got the password.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
password. Almost okay. Password.
Can't let that go.
Yeah, almost dead.
You were just testing me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
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 That's the story I'm going with.
Yeah. We can blame it on the wife.
Password for this week is alright. I don't know. Has to be Superman, Batman related. Alright. If you listen to this whole week's episode, type in I don't know. Alright, if you listen to this whole week's episode, type in Dark Knight Returns, just kind of a reference to the Superman Batman movie. Just to let us know you listened to the whole episode. Just make us happy. I like it.
Makes me happy.
I like
Yeah.
going through the comments and seeing people that put in the password. Yep, put in Dark Knight Returns because he is returning in 2015. That's the story I'm going with. But until then, thank you for watching and have a good week.
Yep. Laters.